What's up, world? It's your boy P.SO checking in with Nerd Era. And this is not a review, this is an opinion piece on the movie Chappie and Neil Blomkamp in general. I see a lot of hatred for the movie Chappie. It got smashed on the reviews. I think right now it's like a 30% or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes. A lot of people had a lot of problems with this movie. I want to really give a different aspect, a kind of different view on the film, and I feel like a lot of people may have missed the point of what makes this film so special. So I just want to break the layers down and kind of give you my own perspective. First thing I want to talk about is just Neil Blomkamp as a director in general. I think he's fantastic. I think he has an extremely unique eye. Everyone loves District 9. It's generally regarded as a classic. A lot of people had problems with Elysium. I personally also liked Elysium. I didn't love it as much as District 9, but you gotta give Elysium some credit. I mean, it gave us a villain with an exoskeleton and a samurai sword. Come on. How come nobody ever talks about how cool that guy was? And the fact that Sharlto Copley, the way he performed in District 9 was completely different than the way he played in Elysium. I just thought Elysium was actually a solid science fiction film. But we're not arguing about Elysium. We're here to talk about Chappie, right? So let's get to the point. The main source of critique that I see for Chappie falls along the line of the overusage of D. Antwoord, the band, the two band members that were featured in the film. Ninja and Yolandi, I believe are their names. I actually know about D or Die Antwoord's music for years. I've heard about them a long time ago. I've never been a fan. I just think they're really bizarre, and that's just about it. I've never really liked their music, so I'm not coming at this as a fan of their music, because I'm not. The way they were using the film frustrates a lot of people because people wanted to see Chappie develop with Dev Patel's character, the scientist who invented him. They wanted to see him grow and be nurtured and become this, amazing, character, as opposed to him hanging out with these pseudo gangsters. I call them pseudo gangsters because they weren't even really gangsters. They were more like stick-up kids, They're more like the thugs that gangsters hire to do kind of like their dirty work. And he's hanging out with these knuckleheads, these deviants, and he's acquiring all this bad behavior that he's learning from these guys. And it's very frustrating to a lot of people because they didn't want to see him go in that path. And it almost seemed like a waste of such a brilliant mind for him to learn how to rob cars and stuff like that. But that's the point of the film. Let me take a step back here. Let's look at America, right? Think about all of the children of this country who are born in very bad neighborhoods, or places where they're one family homes or maybe no family homes, or they're economically deprived, and their only like source of like inspiration, or their only role models are like musicians and gangsters or whatever they see on television, or whoever who's around them. It's the same exact story. The story of Chappie is really the story of the American youth, of the youth in the UK, the youth all around the world who are being programmed by the wrong things. And Chappie's story is really our story. And the thing about it is Chappie ends up doing criminal things on his own, and he doesn't even realize what he's doing, right? But when the people watch him on the television, and that's why I really like that part in the third act, when they're watching Chappie on TV doing all this criminal things, they're looking at him as a criminal, but it's not his fault. And maybe just because I kind of feel more sympathetic to the struggle of minority youth in this country, I see that's exactly what happens, because these kids, they don't have education, they don't have parents, just like Chappie. It's the same exact story. And I think Chappie's like reaction where he gets angry and he doesn't understand what's happening to him, and he goes, why you humans do this? Why are you guys doing this? It's the same rebellious nature that you get from all these kids that are doing the very similar things to Chappie in the real world. And I think it was just a beautiful analogy to what's happening right now. And I think people miss the point because they're trying to look at Chappie like it's, Short Circuit or all these other robot, highbrow science fiction movies where they're looking for advanced, intelligence and the integration between humanity and machinery. That's not the point of Chappie. Chappie is a human story told in the form of a robot. And if you look at it from that standpoint, I think you have a much stronger appreciation. And even though Die Antwoord were used very heavily in the film, they represent that kind of ignorant, just knuckleheaded youth that misprogram a lot of the kids who have brilliant minds in this country and all over the world. And I just think it's a great story. I think it has a strong 3 acts. I think the film works. I think it has great action scenes, and I think a lot of people are totally undercutting. They're kind of going with the whole flow. Chappie sucks, Chappie sucks. No, you got to kind of stand back, go back and watch the film again with refreshed eyes and kind of compare it to the current state of America when you see all the things like Ferguson and all the crazy stuff that's happening in our country. I think that movie does a better job of presenting those type of concepts than a lot of people are failing to give it credit for. So hats off to Neil Blomkamp. I'm sorry people are hating on your movie. People hated on Elysium so much that you even agreed with them. I think that you even drinking other people's Kool-Aid, because I don't even think Elysium is a bad movie, and you even admitted that it was bad because the critics kept telling you that it was bad, and it's not bad. I think Neil Blomkamp, you need to stand up and continue doing these type of films, and eventually you'll do another one that will connect with people. Chappie didn't connect because people got distracted by the wrong reasons, and they didn't see the point of your film. But this is P.SO, checking in with Nerd Era. Peace.